Genesis Revealed. Again, today we are talking about talking in tongues in churches, particularly in the Pentecostal churches. Does it ever make sense? If you happen to go in those churches, do you ever shake your head and ask yourself, does it make sense? What are they saying? Most people do, but mostly they don't get answers because they convince themselves that Holy Spirit is talking. But then you have to ask yourself, does Holy Spirit have accent? And if the Holy Spirit have accent, how many accents? Because the disciples of Jesus Christ in the day of Pentecost, when the Holy Spirit descended, they started talking in tongues. And anyone who was in that room heard them talking in their own personal languages. That was speaking in tongues. I mean, speaking in many languages. If you have a father from a different tribe and a mother from a different tribe, and you happen to talk both languages, then you speak in tongues, because your mother, when you speak your mother's language, you speak in mother tongue. When you speak in your father's language, you speak in father's tongue. But if you happen also to know another tongue and another tongue and another tongue, then you speak in tongues. I mean, you speak in many languages. You are a multilingual. So, in the Pentecostal day, the disciples of Jesus Christ happened to be multilingual. So everyone who was in that room, if they were Swahili, they had. If they were from Kenya, they had. It's like the disciples of Jesus Christ were talking in Swahili. If they were from Germany, they heard it's like the disciples of Jesus Christ was talking in German. If they were from China, they heard it's like the disciples of Jesus Christ were talking in Malay. If they were from Luo, Kikuyu, or whatever, it's like they heard the disciples of Jesus Christ talking in their right mother tongues, personal mother tongues. That is speaking in tongues. But what do we hear these days in the churches? That's not speaking in tongues, that's madness. You tell the person who spoke that to repeat, they can't. How do they lie to you? The Holy Spirit has talked. But then you ask yourself, does the Holy Spirit has to give someone the power of speaking in tongues, and then so that they can convey the message to the multitude? But again, the Holy Spirit also has to go back again and gift everyone with the power to hear the tongues. Does it make sense? It doesn't. But then, do you know what they do? They always do say, in the Pentecostal day, when the Holy Spirit descended down, the disciples of Jesus Christ started talking. It's like they were drunkard. So this is where the pastors and the bishops of the Pentecostal churches underline the drunkardness. So they always talk in like they are drunkard, so that you will know that it's the Holy Spirit. You see even their moves when they are talking in tongues. They started like moving like drunk people, aimlessly, so that it can be seen like Holy Spirit is talking. But then you need to ask yourself, if everyone who was in that room heard them speaking in their own tongues, how is it that in these churches no one hears what they are saying? That you must be blessed. You must receive the gift of Holy Spirit to hear what they are saying. It actually don't make sense. And this is some of these big lies which happens in our churches all the time.